give and they get. Then they run around town beating their chests like they forget. I can forget for now, but I won't never forget. No, love how I feel, knowing the universe got my back. Whoa, love how I feel, knowing that money gon' come right back.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. If you are here, please subscribe, like, drop a comment. Trying to get to 10K subs. We're at 9,100 right now. If you're here and you're watching, take 2 seconds, subscribe, please. Helps us out. Back with an internal, joined by Cousin Jake, enjoying his Emperor's Cloud right there.
There we go.
How we feeling?
Yeah, I wish this was a little alcohol. I'm a little under the weather, which is funny because we spoke about how the law of attraction only works in a negative way. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm bullshitting here, but like I feel like if you want the law of attraction to work positively, you got to wait 10 years. But if you want it to work negatively, I mean, you could say something negative and then the next day it'll happen, because last week we were like making fun of people, like, who gets sick? Why would you ever get sick? And then, bro, not only was I sick, I was fucking sick, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, what we spoke about, that like can't get out of bed type shit. You know?
Right.
And motherfucker, bro, I forgot how bad being sick is.
Yeah, it's the worst. Like when you're sick, you only want one thing: to be healthy.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you want, you know. And when you're healthy, we want money, we want freedom, we want jobs, we want, we want all these things. And then the moment you're sick, like you could say, screw all that. Like I just want to be healthy.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it gets you locked into the present, because you're just so like, my main focus was just trying not to trying to make my suffering like a little bit less, like trying to find a comfortable position in bed, trying to make my headache a little bit worse, like just trying to like rest. Yeah,
because you're just in it. You're in it.
Yeah. It was always nice though. Funny about being sick. It is always nice once you start to feel better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it makes you really appreciate just.
It's like a fresh start.
Yeah, basically.
It really is a fresh start. And then you go on this like whole like health fix. You know, like all right, I gotta eat healthy. I gotta do all these things. You know, I gotta wash my hands, use hand sanitizer.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a cycle.
Yeah. But I mean, so that's definitely physically how I'm feeling. But yeah, I'm it was I had a weird experience Friday night, so I guess we could start the podcast with that.
Yeah. And
I had gotten invited to as you guys know, the people listening, this is, y'all have probably been, if you're an active listener, y'all have probably been with us for a while now, and you know how hard it's been on us, and things are changing for us, but some days it just seems that they're changing at like a snail's pace. But Friday night was a big night. I got invited to a personal dinner with the CEO of a very big company. I'm not going to say the company, but a very, very, very big company. Best networking connection, in my opinion, to date by a million. I think so. We're talking like someone connected with the Cristiano Ronaldos of the world, the Lionel Messis, the Floyd Mayweathers. Yeah, like very, very high level connection. Invited me to his personal dinner at his apartment. Very intimate setting. And it's funny because Thursday I post a clip on social media, which is, it's funny how God gives you exactly what you need when you don't want it. And Thursday night I start feeling ill. Mm-hmm. Friday morning I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm fucking sick. Yeah, I'm sick. I basically try to spend my day preparing for that event that night, and everything that could go wrong was just going wrong. Haircut, there's 5 people in front of me. I went to the mall, could not find the proper outfit. Once I found something, there was something wrong with the collar. Like, I was supposed to go to my juice place in Comac to get a bunch of vitamins, and so there was a big debacle there. There's everything that could go wrong. to the point where I call you and definitively am like, yo, I'm not going. And it was a really fucked up day mentally, or interesting day, however you want to look at it, because I heard my mind kept saying, bro, you can't go. You're sick. You're going to make a fool out of yourself. Or like, God forbid, what if this person finds out you were sick and then you put everyone in jeopardy of getting sick? You know, like, that's not a good look. But then the other voice was like, you have to go. Like, opportunities, like, literally the Eminem song, like, you got one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Like, literally, like, in my head. And this is all day. And, like, it's fucked up, bro, because the thought comes in, all right, you got to go. All right, I'll go. And then I'm, like, stressed out about that thought. But then the thought comes in, don't go. And, like, that gives me peace. Okay, I won't go. But long story short, about the how do I feel segment, I feel a little confused because normally I'm able to tell. I feel like my intuition with what God wants for me is pretty good, as far as like the signs that he sent into my life. And that Friday, he sent me every single sign to not go to this thing. And I ended up figuring it the fuck out, and I ended up going, and it was amazing. It was fucking amazing. And after I went, I got in the car, and just the sickness just it just hit me like a fucking truck. And then I was out of commission for 2 days. This is 3 days after, so here we are. But I bring up all of that to say, it's been hard for me to see. It's been hard for me to, where's God? You know, that's been hard for me lately. Is like, why was I so conflicted? First of all, which voice in my head am I? Am I the voice in my head that's telling me to go? Or am I in the voice in my head that's telling me not to go? Or am I neither of those voices? And where's God? Like, what would have happened if I took all those signs and I didn't go, you know? So I don't know. I feel like intuition wise, I'm trying. I feel a little confused there with intuition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's we've been speaking about that, like the law of attraction, and when you do think of negative things, or you think of bad things that might happen, or you're trying to prevent them from happening, like subconsciously, like you kind of bring it to life. You attract it even more the more you think of it, but it's harder on the other side, like when you're trying to attract abundance and positive things into your life. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, in regards to that, I guess, yeah, it's hard. I mean, that's like that. I said it a while ago, like we have all these thoughts, and we say it all the time. Majority of them are from the day before. And, you know, when you have a negative thought, or that negative voice comes in your head, you have to like think of your mind, your brain, your thoughts, like a slideshow. You just got to click to the next slide. Like, I catch myself all day. I don't think we are that initial thought. A lot of the times it is negative, or it is, it's not who I am. Like I'll have internal dialogues where I say something about someone, like in my head, you know, and I'm like, I didn't mean that. Like, why did I even think that? Right. You know, it's like those like intrusive thoughts that just like immediately take over. And, it's easy to listen to them sometimes, and then if your day isn't going as planned, then those thoughts are a lot more easy to follow or to even believe, right? Because you're already in a fucked up state of mind. So now all the negative stuff, it implodes, and it just becomes a lot more believable. Mm-hmm. But I just try to do a really good job of, when you get those negative thoughts, like just like next slide, like click past it until you get like that thought that really aligns with who you really are, not versus just that intrusive, like intuitive, immediate reaction to a certain situation. Yeah.
I've been struggling with that voice inside my head because, truthfully, bro, I feel alone. You know, I feel I'm it. I'm beginning to believe that you're. Beginning to believe, bro, that the voice inside our heads is like purely mechanical. It's just like a biological process inside of our brain. So like I'm beginning to believe that that voice inside your head is not you at all.
It's not.
And,
I don't think it is.
Yeah, and it's very, yeah. It's just like where. So then where am I? Like how can I get in contact with me? Because I got this crazy thing that makes up it says it's like it's 1 minute it wants to do this, the next minute it wants to do that, the next minute, and it's really, bro, and that voice inside people's heads, like that's why I was so thinking about just the simplicity of life's problems. Like I'm beginning to think that every single problem in life, it really just boils down to your thoughts, like I mean, depression, if you remove negative thoughts from depression, like how, like, is that person depressed? I don't, I mean, if you remove negative thoughts surrounding addiction, like, is that person addicted? Like what causes someone to go get high? Well, I'm sure at that point it's even beyond your thoughts. It's your body, but
yeah, craving a feeling.
But I mean, your thoughts play a role even in that, and I just think that our thoughts, we're so, like, your thoughts is, I heard this the other day, and this guy was speaking about thoughts and how people, how we're not our thoughts, and he was saying how ridiculous our mind is because it's all over the place. If it tells you that you don't like your girlfriend, you don't like your girlfriend anymore. If it tells you that you're a piece of shit and your wife is cheating on you, then you start believing that you're a piece of shit and that your wife is cheating on you. You start scrolling through her phone and you get all paranoid, and the guy was basically just saying about your thoughts. It was like if you were your thoughts, then why would, like, what did he say? He was like, he was saying, yeah, if your thoughts were telling you what to do, like if your thoughts were you, and you were telling yourself what you need to do, like why would you need to talk?
Yeah.
Like wouldn't you just know what you'd have to do? Like why would I? Like I don't. When I move my arm, I don't think move arm and then arm moves.
Right. Yeah, you just do.
Yeah. So it's been. I mean, to me also, like, I'm not upset. I'm just kind of fascinated with that because it's that exact voice in my head has anything that I've ever like been afraid of or been anxious about or was insecure about or was anything. They all just came from negative thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
like whenever I'm not thinking, life is great. When I'm at the gym, life is great. When I'm on a motorcycle, life is great. When I'm talking to a girl for the life is, but it's just me. Like even when I'm watching a television show, but when is life not great? When I'm overthinking something, and that's really shitty. Because it's like, why would I mean what even like. What purpose like why like I almost wish at times we didn't have to think, because then everyone would just be happy. We drive ourselves crazy.
Yeah. A lot of that is like flow state, and then a lot of that is just trying to be in control of everything. And I saw this really cool thing the other day called the let them theory. You ever hear of that?
No.
And I resonated so much with it. It was basically just the let them theory is we fixate so much on trying to control everything and everybody in our life. And the only reason that we are trying to control people is because of our insecurities, because of our anxiety, because of our overthinking.
Yeah.
And the only way to like take back control of your life is to just let them. Like you using energy and fixating and trying to overanalyze why someone is acting the way they're acting, or trying to figure out what they're thinking, what they're feeling. All you're doing is driving yourself insane, because you're feeling that like you're entitled to an opinion of what that person should be doing or what they shouldn't be doing, when all you have to do is just worry about what's going on with you. But we try to put ourselves so much, and we hook and reel ourselves in to other situations and other people. And when they aren't doing what we think they should be doing, we start to think we're crazy, or we start judging ourselves. And the best thing you can do is just like let people do what they do and come back to you, focus on you. I think when you do that, that will eliminate a lot of the overthinking, a lot of the, external factors that are adding stress to our lives. Because the more we try to control everything else around us, the more we don't control ourselves. And the moment you stop controlling yourself, like that's when your thoughts start to get negative, and your actions and your habits don't align with who you actually are, because you're losing sense of self. And everything we talk about, everything we do, everything we preach comes back to self, comes back to personal development, self-help, working on yourself. Because the only way that other things in your life are going to be good, they're going to flourish, they're going to, be abundant, is when you're the best version of yourself and you're worrying about you. So I think for us right now, what we can do is maybe dive back into the self-help more. I don't know what you've been doing, but I'm saying, like, I know personally, like, I can read more, meditate more, breathwork more, more, spirituality, educational podcasts, like stop consuming, things that aren't providing myself any value. Like we need to consistently work on ourselves daily, whether it's, you take the entire day and you work on yourself, or you take 30 minutes and you work on yourself. That's up to you. Whether, you have to be the judge of what you need for that day or what's on your plate for that day. Yeah. But that there should be a piece of your day every single day that you dedicate to yourself. And every single day that goes by that you don't dedicate to yourself, you're going backwards. And you can go backwards a lot faster than you go forward. You can string together 7, 8, 9, 10 days in a row that are all good. The moment you fall off, it's not. It's a lot harder to just jump right back on, because now you've already made the excuse like, okay, well, I already did it for one day. Say you fall off on a Thursday, you're like, oh well, the weekend's here, I'll start over again on Monday, and then it's this repeated cycle. I know everyone listening right now has it, whether it is with the self-help, whether it is trying to stop drinking, or smoking, or whatever it is, whatever that bad habit that you're trying to get rid of, and you're trying to create a new habit, we all do it. We all string together a few good days, and then we fall off. And then we make an excuse of why we shouldn't get back on right now. But it's just like every single day, like even if you didn't have a good day, you could be like, all right, well, I took 30 minutes today, like, and I did work on myself. I sat with my thoughts. I figured out who I was a little bit. I read a little bit. I meditated a little bit, whatever it is, So I just think that will help combat all those terrible thoughts and all the stress and anxiety and overthinking that we do daily, because we're just worried about the wrong shit. We're worried about shit that we can't control. And if you can just worry about the control the controllables, it will ease your stress levels and ease your overthinking, and probably negate a lot of those crazy intrusive thoughts that aren't you.
Yeah, I would agree. And it's funny because when I was at the party, the guy, the person that invited me has shared a podcast with me from Diary of a CEO. This guy Mo Godot, and his entire thing is about happiness. He was and his story is like pretty interesting, because he was the ex CEO of Google X, which is like this crazy team at Google that does all this crazy shit, and like just billionaire guy, fucking like as much money as like you can make. And when he made it, he was, obviously we speak about it all the time, he was very unhappy when he made it. So his thing was all about happiness. I'm not gonna go into his story, but he was basically just saying happiness, bro, is all about expectations. You all right there, cuz?
Wrong pipe.
It got you.
Wrong
There you
pipe.
go.
I didn't want to cough during.
Yeah, no, Jesus. No, but he was just saying that the happiness is it's all about expectations, and
Yeah.
it's funny, bro, because ever since listening to that podcast, there's been 2 times, bro, where I've like almost expected things to go bad, and then when I showed up to the moment and they went good, I was happy and it was refreshing, because normally I expect everything to go not just good, the best it could ever be. You know, like that's what I expect, like to just crazy expectation, and then they go like all right, and God forbid they go bad. Now where's my happiness at? You know, it's out the fucking door. You know, like but I'm in a little bit of like a quandary with that, because it's like what do I like, just expect everything to go bad in life? You know, is that what I do now? You know, so I'm trying to, and I really want to interview that guy to learn more about what he meant, but I guess just like, obviously, bro, like we guys like us, we're gonna have a lot of goals, we're gonna have a lot of ambition in life, and there's gonna be things we want to accomplish. But man, like it's just you're setting yourself up to be deeply, deeply unhappy if you want this thing to happen and it doesn't happen. And you know, so I think there's like a fine dance, bro, and this is why I think God knew what he was doing when he made life as long as it is, because there's certain lessons that you can't learn overnight. There's certain lessons that don't take a day, a month, a year. And truthfully, all of the best lessons in life, all of the best skills you could learn, and just anything that can make you a better person actually takes a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Whether it's becoming a millionaire, becoming a billionaire, finding the girl of your dreams, the guy of your dreams. It's like anything that's worthwhile. You know, God placed the appropriate amount of time to get those things, and you know, so I'm trying to I think the dance, bro, is really just learning to just like you said, let them, and in this circumstance, let go. And you know, there's things we want, but you know, in the process, I mean, I think it's more so just about, hey, things are gonna happen the way that they're gonna happen, and it sucks, bro. It sucks because life is real, and like, you know, I can wait to become successful, but what about my parents? You know, they're getting older every day. You know, like, bro, what if one of the reasons why I'm going so hard, which is one of the reasons, is to give my parents a better life. You know, bro, my dad has been working his ass off, bro, for fucking his entire life.
Yeah.
Just old school Marine, police officer, Brownsville, Brooklyn. My mom works her ass off, bro. Hairdresser, real estate, still to this day, bro, like still working hard. And you know, it's like, all right, I trust you, God, like with my path, and like I'm 26, so like I could sleep on the floor, and I can eat ramen, and I could sit in my studio, and I could figure it out for the next 10 years. But I just feel bad because it's like, what about my parents? You know? So, you know, there's times with, honestly, bro, there's a lot of times with God that I'm really, and this has been something recently, bro. There's been a lot of times with God that I'm not thrilled with him, you know, and I'm just trying to surrender my need to have everything happen the way that I want. Here's a funny statistic for you. There was this test that was done, and on the worst things that people have been through in their life, and basically, the question was, hey, like, we're gonna go back to the worst thing that ever happened to you in your life, and we're gonna reverse that thing. But if we reverse that thing, anything that could have happened after that, that's gonna be reversed too. And, I think when you really think about that, and it's probably, there could even be something that you're going through right now, something that's really fucking hard right now. Like when you really think about that, majority of people thought their life could be a lot worse, So
that's the butterfly effect.
And 99.9% of people said they wouldn't have changed that horrible moment in their life. And I thought about me, bro. I went into the skeletons in my closet with the worst of shit that I'm not happy about in my life, and I smiled, And I actually saw them, saw my problems as just as a positive thing,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just fucked, bro, because it's, we're so, we're just so, we want this, we want that, we want, it's hard, bro. It's hard. And that's, I think, where I go too over the edge with spirituality is I do get more spiritual, but that's what fucking Marie said. She's like, I don't even, like, got to a place where she's like, I don't even want to go there, because that next level of spirituality, I think, it's, now you just become, like, all right, you cultivate this amazing witnessing presence, but then you have 60,000 thoughts every day. So now, like, that almost can trigger you to overthink everything, or to really notice, like, every single thought. So I don't know, bro. This life is it's a hard, it's not easy. No.
Yeah. That was the conversation. I remember, like, we had it on. I remember we were coming off Round Swamp, and I remember I told you, like, you don't think, like, you're diving too deep. You're almost like driving yourself insane, because you were just so into it, and, like, it was the only thing you were focusing on, and your mental health and your state of mind wasn't good. It was the most you were, like, into it, and every single thing was about that, and then you seemed like the most unhappy. It's because, like, I feel like there is a place, there is a fine line of, like, okay, like, you need to dive into that, but to a certain extent. Like, you still need to be a human, a regular person. You still need to have fun. You still need to laugh and joke, and because when you do try to, it almost seems like when you're diving into that spirituality sense, there is a bridge that you can cross where it's like you go too far, and you start to drive yourself insane, because you're looking at every single situation in your life from a totally different lens than everyone else. So now you're judging yourself, because now you feel like an outcast, because there's 99% of people aren't doing that, especially the people that were around. So now every single situation is like everyone's looking at something one way, and you're looking at it a completely different way. So now not only are you judging them, but now you're judging yourself. And those thoughts, that judgment might not be positive. Now you're trying to, so it's just a rabbit hole. Like there's a healthy amount, but then I feel like there is too much, where sometimes you just need to relax and just, like, watch a movie, chill out.
Completely
like
agree.
That's healthy, and then once you find that balance, you just need balance. That's what it comes down to. And you spoke about earlier expectations, and I've been thinking about that a lot, because not only can you set expectations on your life with what you want, the goals you want, the things you want to happen in a certain time frame, you set expectations on people. And when you set expectations on people, more often than not, you end up getting hurt. You end up feeling like lesser of who you are. I feel like when you try so hard, you set expectations of who you think people should be, or how you think people should treat you. You create a narrative of who they are. You sometimes have to step back and look at them for who they really are, and be like, the person I think you are is just the expectations I set on you. You're actually not that person. You are all these other things that sometimes we neglect and sometimes we push to the side because we're so fixated on making that person who we think they should be, not who they actually are.
Yeah.
And when you set expectations on people, you really do get burned, because the difference with setting an expectation on a goal is sometimes that goal is unattainable and it's not in your face all the time.
Yeah.
Right? That goal sometimes seems very far away. When you set an expectation on a person, they're right in front of your face. So now you're looking at them eye to eye and you're like, I know who you could be. I'm judging and putting what I think you could be on you. And I'm looking at it with a fog. I'm looking at you with a fog, because every single thing you do that's wrong, that doesn't align with how I think you should be acting, I'm making excuses for it, or I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, or I'm trying to act like what you're doing is okay because of the premeditated expectations I put on you of who I thought you should be from the beginning.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, when someone shows you who they are, you have to believe them. Don't try to make excuses for people. People act how they act because that's how they feel in that moment. That's how they want to treat you. And if that's how that person wants to treat you, you have to fucking believe them. You can't go back to the expectation you set on who you think that person could be to try to make yourself feel better for acting the way you're acting. That's when you put yourself in a very tough situation, because now you're not thinking with your mind, you're thinking with your heart. And like you said, when you lead with your heart, you get fucked.
Yeah.
When you lead with love, you get screwed over.
Yeah.
You have to lead with a logical mind.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way that you're going to actually attract the right people into your life that have the right intentions. A lot of people are going to come into your life with the wrong intentions. And you have to be a good judge of character to see those people from the beginning and not set expectations on people. So expectations I think they're bad all around, with people, with goals, with everything. You shouldn't align yourself with a specific thing, because the moment you don't get that thing is the moment it fucks with your mental health. The moment it fucks with your mood, it fucks with your feelings, because you are so fixated and so stuck on getting this one specific thing, because we're perfectionists. We don't get it. Now, not only did we not get it, now we're crushed. Now we're hurt because we wanted that thing so bad.
Yeah.
But when you go into something with an open mind, like, all right, I'm going to go into this thing open-minded, good, bad, doesn't matter what happens. I'm going to go into this with a free spirit. I'm going to be happy regardless the outcome.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it doesn't work out. All right, fuck it. It didn't work out, or, it did work out. Cool. What's the next thing? You don't get stuck on that high, because there is times where you do reach those expectations, right?
Yeah.
You get it, but always when you set an expectation, you're thinking once you reach that, there's something else that comes with it.
Yeah.
So sometimes you actually do get the thing that you're striving for,
Yeah.
because subconsciously you're thinking it's going to lead to another thing, and then there's always some sort of disappointment.
Yeah.
And that's where it's hard. So it's like, it's really from the beginning. It's like kind of just all the things we spoke about. It's like, let them, right?
Yeah.
Stop trying to control people. Don't set expectations. Just go into things with a clear mind. Control what you can control and be happy with the outcome, because there's always a lesson that can be taken from it that you can apply to whatever your next endeavor is, whatever your next goal is, right? So it's just, it's really just, we try so hard to go and get things and strive for things, and that's okay, but you can't associate and align everything about yourself with that thing, because all that does is lead to disappointment. And you can't operate, your mind doesn't operate well when you're sitting in disappointment, when you're sitting in failure all the time.
Yeah.
Because that's all you're thinking is negative. Now you're trying to prevent yourself from trying to feel that way again. And now you go into something with like your guard up, with your shield up.
Yeah.
That's why relationships don't work a lot of the times, because someone gets heartbroken from the last relationship, they get done wrong. Now they go into the next relationship with a guard up, with the shield up. And now they're not actually allowing that person to show them the love or give them the love that they actually want to give them. They're coming into the relationship with a genuine heart, with real love, but because you're so fixated on what happened in your past, you're carrying all that baggage and you're bringing that into your next relationship. You're not even allowing or giving that person an opportunity to show you who they really are. Because you set an expectation on what you think a relationship is because of your past. And you have to give people a clean slate to show you that I'm not your past. I am who I am in this moment. So give me that clean slate. Give me this fair opportunity to show you. A lot of people don't want to show you. So expectations fucking lead you to destruction a lot of the time.
Yeah, I agree. What's one thing you're grateful for right now and one thing you're pissed the fuck off about?
One thing I'm grateful for is really honestly kind of like what you said before, how, you know, people wouldn't change all their problems, right? Or stuff like that. And I mean, I'm really just grateful for the opportunity that I am in right now. Yeah. Because I see a lot of people my age, a lot of friends, a lot of people around me that they're not happy with where they're at. I can tell deep down that they really hate what they're doing. Financially, a lot of people are struggling. So I'm just grateful for the position I'm in, because as much as we're not where we want to be, we're in such a good position to be where we want to be in the snap of a finger.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just grateful that we've positioned ourselves and I've positioned myself to be ready for that next opportunity. Like, I don't have to. We did so much of the back end work,
right,
which prevents a lot of people from even starting.
Yeah.
We just did it. So now we've already done the things that deter people or you know, take people away from their actual purpose. Is that you know, year 1, year 2, year 3 of really fucking trying to figure it out and go through the mud. Like, we've kind of done that. So now we're like in this gray area of like, it could go this way, it could go this way.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful for that, just like the position that we're in.
Love it.
And then one thing I hate, I hate that's why I brought up the let them theory. I hate that I'm very controlling of how I believe people should act and how I believe people should think and feel and move and treat me. That's been one of my biggest downfalls. Like, I always think people are going to treat me the way that I treat them. And when you set that expectation on someone, you always get hurt because you're always going to be let down. You're always going to be disappointed, because the moment that you try to control someone's feelings or try to fixate on how you think that person should act, it's never how you really want them to act. It's never really how you want that person in your life to treat you. And that's just one thing I just hate that I'm trying to work on, and just kind of just let people and situations happen how they happen. Stop trying to control them. Because that's been one of the main things that has probably been just like screwing with my mental, screwing with my mindset. And that's really the one thing that I'm trying to work on right now. But other than that, I really have no complaints.
Yeah. I
mean, sure, could things be better? Could we have a spot in Miami? Could we interview bigger guests? Could we have more money? Sure. Yeah. But it goes back to the being in the position to get those things, and I'm grateful for that, because like I know what's to come. Yeah. And I'm confident in that. As much as there is days where we do get down or we do joke and we do not feel like we're there yet, I mean, we're pretty close. Like, outside look, it's hard. It's easy for us to judge ourselves because we're in it.
Right.
But the moment outside looking in, people judge us a completely different way than we judge ourselves.
Yeah, of course.
And we're always going to be harder on ourselves.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I mean, what about you? Yeah, what are you grateful for, and then what do you hate?
Yeah, I guess I'll lead with what well, there's things I'm not happy about, and then the things that I hate. I guess the first thing that comes to mind about what I hate is how much fucking people don't believe in us. And how you know what I hate, bro? How everybody says that it's not, bro. It's not about money. I treat everyone with the same respect. It's fucking bullshit, bro. It's all about money. And there's a lot of people, bro, that in our game and like that self-help game, that if you just looked into us for one fucking second, you wouldn't have wrote us off. But you probably saw two guys podcasting and living in their hometown and said fuck them, and it's funny because like I hate that people are really bad at seeing potential in other people. And I also love that because I feel like that's going to be something for us that's really going to get us to where we want to go. But it's been really fucking annoying, bro, trying to improve in the world when when you really understand this about success is that there's literally no one that's gonna come and help you out. Yeah. Like it's all fucking you, and you're lucky if you have a friendship like we do, where you have another person in the trenches with you, that's really putting work in and getting after it. Because, man, like I'm gonna be honest, bro, about like. Bro, this shit is fucking hard, bro, what we do. This shit is fucking hard, bro. I mean, still to this day, I mean, I put on my whiteboard, maybe take on more videography jobs. I've expressed how fucking adamant I am about how much I hate videography, and like here I am like having to do this again, and it just seems like at what point are things actually going to change, and I fucking hate that it's just these things, bro, they like, yeah, there's a lot of nice moments. This is just not an easy path. But if I want to flip it on its head and go into what I'm grateful for, it's the ability to improve all those things, because for whatever reason, I just know for whatever reason that if there is even at bro, the reason why I asked you this was because at that dinner the other day, the host asked everyone to go around the table and talk about what they're grateful for, and everyone went around the table, and it was funny, bro, because when the mic came to me, I'm like, all right, like, I have to do this. I'm a podcast host, like I have to say something fucking crazy right now,
right.
And I basically just said, bro, that I was grateful bro, that in your life, and this is every single fucking person in your life, and everyone in there's something in every single person's life that they don't like, and they can actually fucking change it. Like, that's what I'm grateful for, because I've just seen it with myself. Like, literally every single thing that I was ever like, it wasn't even like unhappy. It was like things that I thought I could no longer live with. Yeah, it was fucking hard, bro, getting over those things. Yeah, it was hard trying to figure that out, especially when society was like, oh no, it's okay. Everyone deals with that. It's like maybe that's good with other people, but like I can't continue to go on this way. So I'm just grateful that I didn't fucking listen to anyone else. I'm grateful that I always, bro. It was always like there. Yeah, majority of I am unrealistic, and I'm grateful for that, because I look at realistic, and like, what does realistic get you? It gets you fucking nowhere, bro. It gets you fucking it gets you depressed, poor mental health, bad relationships. Like that's reality for people. And I'm grateful that I didn't choose that path. Now, devil's advocate, this path is fucking hard, but it's still way better than
The realistic path.
than being realistic, you know. And but I've seen it enough now, you know, bro. I can't wait for that moment to like really happen for us, but it happens for us. It's just the expectation is that, oh, we need someone to hand us a, you know, whatever. I've just know that there comes a time in I just know that. All right, fuck. It's like, bro, yo, for anyone that's actually following their dreams, like, there comes a time where, yo, if they're actually fucking good at what they do, and if they do it for long enough, whatever they want is gonna fucking happen. And not only is it gonna happen, it's gonna happen like beyond their wildest imagination. That's what I'm grateful for. You're like, that's it. Like, that's fucking it, bro. And I'm grateful that that's gonna happen in our lives. And that in a way, that is my expectation, but I'm trying not to attach to it. You know, I want that from God. I really do. And I think that he'll help us get there, because we are those guys. And I just don't know, bro, if you keep putting work into something and you actually are that person, I don't know what would stop you from getting the things that you want in life. You know, and I just hate that what I'm realizing, bro, about success is that success it's really not only is it not overnight, it's just like a little bit this day, a little bit this day, a little bit that day, a little bit that day, a little, and then like even fast forward, like, you know, bro, being 5 years in, and it's a lot of things are connecting, and they're like interlooping, and like they're all making sense now. But still, I mean, I still don't really see an immediate way out, but I'm grateful that I know in the future there will be one. So yeah,
what do you think? What do you think? I mean, do you genuinely think that we are doing everything we can every single day to grow this?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I don't like I look at like growing this as timing, you know? Like I look at like there's certain things, like there's just been too much times where I've put my best foot forward and I didn't get anywhere, and then I waited 9 months, and then I just gave like a little bit of effort, and then the fucking wall just came down, you know? And there's times where I'm swinging at that wall with every single thing that I got. And I'm hurting myself in the process. Like, you only have so much energy, bro. Yeah. I'm like fucking driving myself insane, like hitting this wall, you know, to try to get the thing that I want. And bro, I come back. I'm like, all right. Wall doesn't want to come down. I come back a year later, and then it just falls down.
Yeah, it's a hard game to break into. This is really a hard game to break into.
But that's what I'm saying in terms of, and not even in terms of just the podcast game. I'm saying like as like a generality. Right. You know, it's there's just a weird timing, and that's why I believe in God. And that's why I've been speaking about God so much. There's just like this weird timing where you don't get to control when things happen for you. And in terms of our podcast, do I think that we could be doing everything that we're doing? Bro, there's been times where like we've sprinted at it. Like we were literally doing that, you know? I sent out fucking, you know, really think about how much podcast outbound we've done. Like, we've done a lot of outbound, bro, and is that an excuse for stopping outbound? No, yeah. It's not an excuse, but 10 months transpire, and then other opportunities come, and then like I feel like we're gonna get. I feel like the outbound is a losing game. Like, I just feel like there's things that we've tried to do things Bro, I don't think we're gonna fucking blow up until we get credibility. It's like that's the unfortunate thing about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I don't like because we do that, bro. Like we've sent fucking emails, and we fucking try to get sponsors, and like we just continuously get the same thing. And I don't think that's a reflection on us. I think it's a reflection on just how hard you said like this game is hard.
Yeah. Yeah, because I always feel both ways. I always am just like, I feel like we could do more. Like, I feel like there could be more effort put towards it, or there could be more, just will that, that just like relentless effort towards it. But but I do feel it's just like it does feel sometimes like a losing game of just like you put all this energy into it, you get nothing out of it, and now you're just fucking now you're done.
Yeah.
Now you're like fuck, instead of just kind of waiting for the opportunity to present itself.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. You can go either way with it. You can go either way with it. Like I even looked at look at a dude like Ian Bick. I know it's like two different worlds, but like bro, he drops 3 pods a week.
Yeah.
3 full long form pods a week.
Yeah.
And I mean he told us how much he's making off the pod, and like that dude edits his own clips and he does all you know what I'm saying, and I know we're both playing 2 different games because I mean he has his niche and we have our niche, but it's I don't know, I think about that a lot. I always ask I'm like could I be doing more? And usually the answer is yes. Like yeah, I could be doing more.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's just tough. It's just tough. Like we really do need. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I'm more inclined and in tune with the influencer space, and I watch a lot of that content, and I just know like all these people. They were talented, yes, but they got thrown a bone.
Yeah.
Someone looked out and helped them.
Yeah.
But that is also the thing where a lot of these people didn't try to come into the game as a podcaster.
Yeah.
That's the thing that is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at a Steiny, got in the mix with Bob, right? And then got blessed with Nelk. You look at a Sarah Safari, just hit up Brad, started doing workout content.
Yeah.
You look at a Steve Will Do It, was doing crazy challenges before Nelk.
Yeah.
I mean, the list goes on of people that are in this space that are super successful.
Yeah.
But there's always some type of like prerequisite that has nothing to do with podcasting.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like it's hard, because the narrative around podcasting now is that it's saturated.
Yeah.
And sure, you can look at the podcast market as saturated, but how much bullshit is actually out there? 90% of the podcasts out there, everyone has a podcast now. You and I were talking about it. Bro, look at every NBA player.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, the list goes on. I mean, we're talking Pat Bev, Trae Young, Paul George, Jalen Brunson, and Josh Hart. LeBron had his show.
Yeah.
You look at there's just podcasts everywhere.
Yeah.
So now people's consumption of content is a lot harder to choose from of what they want to consume.
Yeah.
So now when you tell someone, it's not even cool to tell someone you have a podcast anymore. It's like, oh yeah, I'm sure you do.
Mm-hmm. I want to go on record and make a prediction about our podcast. I just want to pee really quick.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. So, what are we at?
56.
Nice. Okay, so here's what really
Aggravates me, bro. And it goes into that point that I was speaking about before, about how people are really fucking bad at seeing potential in other people.
Yeah.
Here's what's hard. I know what we have. And for the listener to, for you guys, we're just speaking about a podcast here, but take whatever your art is or whatever your skill set is and just replace that into what I'm about to say. I know what the fuck we have. And I'm not delusional about it, because this is what entrepreneurs are, bro. Entrepreneurs create things that they want and they need. And that's the first or engineers, whatever. Like that's the first that's how a great idea comes about. It's usually like you have to want that thing. Like that's a lot of people. They go on Shark Tank. Well, how'd you get started? Well, it's like I wanted it, so I created it. Bro, I believe in the self-help that we do. And it drives me fucking insane the amount of people like write it off because of the word fuck and the word bro. And it because rephrase. That's our fucking problem, bro. I think people look at our packaging and they don't like it. But what they're failing to see is that that's how 99% of people in today's world are. You know, so like, bro, with that girl fucking this morning, like, bro, I was listening to her podcast on Diary of a CEO. It was horseshit.
Was it?
I think so. And I was a little upset while I was listening to it, but like, bro, that ain't fucking helping nobody. You know, like, it was like, oh, 80% of people in the world, their cortisol levels are, you know, like, I get it. There's a time and place for science, and like I do believe in science, but like I was just listening to that message, and like it just felt gatekeepy, you know? It just felt like, nah, like if your goal, right, as someone that's in the hope business is to like give people more hope, then like why would you be unwilling to have a conversation with relatable people? You know, like why if there's not doctor in front of my name, you know, then you can't have a conversation with me. And that's what I was pissed off about there, bro, because I know all it takes is just one. You know, we just get that one person that believes in us enough, or that one sponsor that believes in us enough. That one hand that can get dealt out, because people get that shit all the time and they're not even deserving of it. And then what do they do with it? Like whatever. I mean, you know, it's like, bro, when if we just found that one thing, like we've created a fucking genre. So like my prediction about our podcast is whenever the time is right, we're just dealing with we have a distribution issue. You know, like it's cute on short form for people to fuck with us, but why would they listen to us when they can go like listen to a Chris Williamson, or they can go listen to a Joe Rogan on like the long form? But once we get one of those guys on and they actually give it a shot, we're going to be fucking everyone's favorite podcast. Because if Tara Swart goes on Diary of a CEO, guess how she's going to get interviewed on Chris Williamson? Then guess how she's going to get interviewed on Dr. Ranjan Gaddafi? And then guess how she's going to get interviewed on Everfo? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same interview. Everyone's doing the same interview. Like, I don't know how people don't, you know, aren't tired of that, you know? Like, it's everyone is doing the same interview on 15 different shows.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe in us, bro, because, yeah, we're probably not the most polished guys. And there's definitely things we could do to become better interviewers. But I think in the chaos of what we do, it's going to allow for those like truly beautiful moments. And so I just predict that whenever we get our shot, this is going to be a motherfucker of a podcast, because we're not living in a world of doctors and CEOs. We're living in a world of people just like us that say bro and use the word fuck and are fucking lost and fucking depressed and deal with real world shit. You know, that's one of the biggest things that I hate about the top, bro, is, you know, people they just don't get it. And that's what's made, I mean,
No, I'll cut you off right there. It's not that they don't get it, they forget.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of people get to the top and they forget of where they came from.
Yeah.
they know that there was someone there that helped them. They know that now that they're in a position to be that lending hand that they once had, and they forget because they get caught up in the money and the fame and the success.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people look at the people at the top and they talk shit about them. Not because of who they are right now. It's because you forgot the person that you once were before you were in the limelight. And that's the main thing. Is like, no matter how big you get, no matter how successful you are, no matter how much money you get, never forget where you came from. Never forget the struggle that you went through to get there.
Yeah.
Because if you can never forget that struggle, you'll always remain a kind, good, genuine person. Because that's the person you were when you were in that tough cycle, when you were trying to get it out the mud, to be that person.
Yeah.
And now once you're there, don't change. Don't change because you got a little bit of money now, because now people view you differently. Be that same person that got you there.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people talk shit about people at the top. And I mean, we've seen it firsthand, bro. Like, have we seen the other side of it? That there are people that are super successful with money that still are good people.
Yeah.
And they still do want to help out. Yeah, we've ran into those people. Of course we have. But there is a lot that, it's like, I know you were once in my exact shoes.
Yeah.
And someone that remained true to who they were put out a helping hand to help you get to where they're at. And now you totally forgot. You act like you got there on your own. A lot of people act like they get to these places by themselves. Everyone forgets about being humble once they get successful. It's like, yo, you didn't do this shit on your own. Someone came and fucking and threw you a bone because they saw talent, they saw potential in you.
Yeah.
They knew that it might even benefit them of bringing you into a certain position to be successful. But you didn't do that shit on your own.
Yep.
And you can't forget that. And that's the position that we're in right now, where we just need that one person. We're literally one or two people away
Yeah.
from this shit being being viewed a totally different way.
Yeah, it's ready to go. You know, that's one thing. That's one thing that I hate. You know, it's like, it's this battle, bro. It's like, all right, like, I can let go of my expectation that, like, we need to have, like, this big bad podcast, but it's deserving of that. You know, like, if I'm Slash, should I be playing my guitar at a local bar, or should I be playing at Madison Square Garden? You know, and that's what gets me upset, is like, bro, we're ready. I'm ready for that. We're ready for that.
Yeah.
And that's what's upsetting, is like, I can't even progress anymore because I'm not even given the opportunities to participate at a higher level. I
or
can't
even showcase the skill.
Right.
And that's what I was saying. Like, it's not even that, like, all right, if you don't fuck with the internals, like,
Yeah.
if you don't like this, I mean, to me, like, this is the most valuable prop of what we do.
Yeah.
Sure, I get that.
Yeah.
But, like, go do, 5 minutes of research of who we are,
Yeah.
whatever you could look up, where we come from, watch a few pods of who we are,
Yeah.
and then look at the level of people that we've interviewed and look at the level that we have interviewed them. Like, there's no reason we should be sitting across from Joy Taylor. She
Right.
is on Fox Sports 1 every single day. She speaks for a living.
Yeah.
And we crushed that interview.
Yeah.
Bob Menery, one of the best podcasters,
hit-
entertainers in the world,
Yeah.
crushed it.
Yeah.
He said it was his favorite podcast he's ever done.
Yeah.
Lucas Mack, who sits in front of MGK, Kid Leroy, and Jake Paul to ease their mind and work on breath work. We sat there, and he follows us and gave us free tickets to join his breath work event in Arizona or LA, wherever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, the list goes on of people that have believed in us that came on the pod.
Yeah.
And, bro, we've never fucked up. We've never fucked up with an interview. It's like, take 30 minutes and watch an interview of how we speak to people, and then judge whether you want to be a part of this or not. That's just my thing, is like you said, like, we're just not even being given the opportunity. Put a Jake Paul in front of us. I guarantee we'll interview him differently than the 90 other podcasts that interviewed him the same exact way.
Yeah, that's what I was upset about, bro. It's like I feel more talented than all these fucking people that are massively big, just from the perspective of they don't get that as a speaker it's nice to speak with different types of people. You know, and it's very easy. It's a very easy value add to these people is, oh, why don't you sit down with two guys that are that can remind you of when you were coming up, you know, and that it's.
And they're gonna ask you questions that will actually be able to resonate to the majority.
Bro, people just want to fucking, bro, like that's my problem with people, bro, is they just want to fucking act like it's all beautiful. They want to act like, bro, they want to act like they're, like they want to act like, bro, God almost, you know? Like I think with a lot of people, like, I don't even know how people can take themselves that seriously, you know? I get it. If you're LeBron James, I'm not saying like I don't know. I think that people just don't even want to put themselves in a position. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't even matter. It's just it's just upsetting. But yeah, bro. And then it's just very frustration. Just very get very frustrated.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, Miami coming up, which is good.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Book that tomorrow. Do a Miami trip.
Yep. Yep. Yeah,
Miami.
we got John.
Hope you guys like John.
Yeah, John's coming with us.
Hope you guys like Big John. He's definitely a good addition to the team, for sure. So yeah, we'll do Miami. I would like to interview someone big in Miami, bro.
Yep.
I would like to do that. I don't even know how we should go about that. I guess just Instagram,
emails.
Yep.
We just got to slam it. We got a month. Today's the 19th. We have literally 1 month. So I say we start slamming DMs, emails.
Yep.
Emails of people that are with that, you know, their managers or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only people that are going to save us is us. So I mean, I think we really got to do as much as we can from here on out to fast track this process of success. Because I'm with what you said earlier, because I do feel that sometimes, but then there is just a part of me is just like,
you're just so time after time, money is getting money, so unsatisfied. Unsatisfied is the word.
no, it is, yeah.
Fucking unsatisfied, bro.
yeah.
Like,
No, I feel you, but
oh man,
I just feel like
fucking such a letdown, bro.
I mean, you texted me this morning. You just said we're coming for everyone.